video. Again, what you're seeing here is a picture of kind of like what real life looks like in terms of a dog creating relational change, but within a home environment, but working off of Polly, come here, Polly. Come here. Working off a home environment. Jack, make sure she doesn't have anything in her mouth. With the Sky, but with a balanced dog. Polly, just loosey-goosey here. Polly's hanging out. And on my other videos, would have saw me doing this exercise down, but in a more controlled way. Okay, Polly being in a crate down. Polly being in a crate. And even here, see, I'm putting some influence here on Sky. This exercise here is with Polly now out off leash. Okay, but with me, Polly, come here. Polly, but with me in control, Polly's okay, doing okay here. My little helper. But Polly is out here acting as a helper role. Now when you do this, again, you want to work off a dog that I don't have issues with. Okay, Polly is here as a helper. She's just hanging out. She's very relaxed. Okay, Sky has control issues. Okay, and related to children. Okay, gaining a lot of control through just kind of unfeathered access. Okay, and without, again, the owner being faded into the picture properly. Okay, but again, we're working on that. This is a totally situation that can be fixed, no problem at all. I'm doing the work here during the 2 weeks. But again, to get an understanding as to what this looks like, okay, when you're doing this with a dog with control issues, is how to lay the foundation. Okay, how to get to this point where you can start to see a better representation of a dog that's going into a balanced state, okay, starting to accept being in a follower role, and how I fade into that picture, okay, as I do this. Now, here, again, Polly's moving around more freely here within her helper role, and this can trigger, again, a lot more challenge, okay, with the dog. As you know, this is how bad things can happen with dogs, right? Dogs out seemingly okay, and suddenly you get this type of flash. Polly, come here. Get this type of flash over. I'm just keeping her within my area here a little bit. She wants to check into it a little bit. Polly, down. Down. She wants to check things out here a little bit. And so here, what this is about is seeing what the picture looks like. So you get two dogs, okay, to a point of actually getting along with each other. Without one dog, okay, gaining control, okay, through another dog. This is very common where you have two dogs, okay, in a household, or even this issue about fulfillment and control. This relates even with children. So Polly, again, represents the picture of how a dog can gain control to a child. It's the same type of dynamic. Okay, so me working this picture this way is very, very similar. It follows the same path as a dog gaining control through another animal or even through a human, okay, within that context. So things can look a certain way. This is a problem. Things can be very deceptive. I mean, you know, a dog can be gaining a tremendous amount of control and power through access to, say, a child or a dog, and the owner not really be aware of it. Okay, because things will look a certain way. Because the dog the likingness of it, the dog likes to be in control. Okay, so you're going to get the same type of a happy picture from the dog that's even gaining power through that until a certain point where you'll gain some perspective, say, man, things are getting really bad here. This dog is starting to get very nippy, very possessive, and that was what was happening with Sky, started to really get possessive and really nippy. And that means it's hitting a tipping point, but when that happens, it's a lot worse than what you even think, okay, because of how this frames up. So the warning signs aren't going to be there because the issue about the dog finding comfort in gaining control, okay, how the picture can look a certain way and be totally upside down. So oftentimes we don't get the information, okay, that we expect to get, and then suddenly feel blindsided, okay. So here, what I've been doing, and you've been following my videos, you know, I've been slowly laying the foundation, okay, to get to this point, okay, where I'm getting Sky to release control, okay, to start to level out, to start to go to a follower script, to start to, for me to fade in, okay, to that picture, to this picture. So it's very important that I become the pivot point. But when I'm doing this, you notice the integrity of the method. So I'm keeping the method, you know, consistent. I have the leash here, okay, so I'm not just letting Sky go off leash yet, okay. This is about really consistency, making sure that I'm creating a really high level of relational change. So therefore, here, Polly's now out, okay, free, okay, walking around, coming in close, doing stuff, and to a point now where I can start to line it up even better. Okay, and have that point of really kind of opening the window up even more here. But at first, again, you don't want to do that. You want to get to a level where, because here's the thing, and really watch for this. You see a dog coming, you see, especially if I start to take control, okay, this is where you'll see this actually happen. Sky could be fine, even though he's not off leash. He's gaining control, okay, and bad things could still happen, okay, and this is where you hit a tipping point with that. I put him on the leash like this and started to advocate leadership, okay, I started to really, you know, put influence over him, start to direct his mind within what's reasonable, okay. You'll see the desperation really come out on the dog. Okay, you saw that in the video where he started to get a little bit testy at first with, you know, with people, okay. Jackson came out here, I had a muzzle on him, because then what happens is now he knows he's losing control, he's going to go to the high challenge. Okay, just think about that. It'd be like the selfish child that, you know, everything is, and he's settling, see how he's just settling down here really well now, which is great. The selfish child, okay, is fine as long as they're getting their own way. But it's the same thing, you step into the selfish child's world and start to advocate, you know, parental control, okay, start to put some rules down and see what happens. Okay, you're going to get some kickback, you get a lot of challenge. So it's really the same thing. When I step into a dog's world and they have full control, so things can look kind of balanced, the same thing. But I start to advocate, you know, leadership, right? And I start to put this method on, say, Sky, or say another dog, then suddenly you're getting really, the dog can get really nasty. And then you're like, man, what's going on? Well, what's going on is that fact that you're exposing the control issue. You know, you're exposing the real problem. This is why this has to, okay, line up this way. This is why I have to, you know, set up change through the method, okay? So, therefore, to get Sky truly fixed, okay, I got to fade in, okay? I have to promote change this way to get him to a point where it is truly a picture of change, okay? I'm not going to be deceived. So this is why, again, when you see how this system, okay, packages up or promotes change, frames it up, okay, it's about the method, making sure the method stays true to what it is. It frames it up very intentional, okay, for a reason. Okay, make sure all the cards get laid out on the table. So I tell people, when I tell people about when they can start to relax or start to release the dog from the method, it's when I know, okay, because I'll see, you know, I'll see these control issues, how they start to get resolved. Okay, I'll see it's when Sky starts to really accept, come into agreement with, and me faded into the picture, okay, through the method. Okay, just think about what I'm saying. Okay, so the issue of me having him under this level of control through the leash, it's so I can create change. It's just temporary. So control is part of the change process. So it's not the point where a lot of dog owners would just have control, they never really get the issue fixed at all. They're just into a management situation the whole time. Here, this is not about that, okay? It's about control, integrity of the method, creates change, so I can release them from that level of control. But then when I do that, right, the picture is solid, the motives have cleaned up. The motives have cleaned up. So you see that little howling? That's a little bit of release here, down. Because again, expectation is higher, right? He's like, I bring him under a level of control here, telling him just, hey, I got this. Polly's out here, but she's a follower to me. And I'm telling Sky through this method, saying, hey, but you're a follower to me also. And so here's the thing. He might have, you know, one dog is going to have a higher position on the other, but see, the point of this exercise of everything is that I'm above both of them. Okay, I'm reshuffling the relational deck through this method, okay? So therefore, when they're interacting, even though one will be higher on the hierarchy than the other one, they both will be in a follower state, and I'm not going to have dog fights, okay? I'm not going to have that type of fulfillment where a dog is actually gaining control in a bad way because I'm faded out. Okay, just think about that, okay? It's the same thing. So yeah, there's always an order of things, but it's about the owner being at the top of that order. Okay, I want to be at the top of that order. So same thing. So here I'm going to put a little bit of influence on him. I'm going to move around a little bit too. And just to help mix this up a little bit, you've got his legs spread right in the back. Same thing. So I'll move around. Paul, you can move around too. See her moving around. And I want him to relax. So there's another dog. Now you know how this really upsets, this type of thing with the dog being loose here. Can really unbalance a dog that has control issues, right? So Paul is just kind of coming in around here. He's hanging out. And now my focus needs to be, again, on me fading in really well here. In fact, I get to a level where I don't want him investing. So I'll look at him, and I can tell from how the level that he invests, okay, and how he responds to me tapping the leash, okay, that gives me kind of a baseline, a benchmark to know where he's at, okay, whether or not, I can get more relaxed about this exercise. Get Paulie coming in. This is why Paulie's out here in the first place and really kind of moving alongside him. Same thing. So I want him just to blow it off. To say, hey, you know what, she's out here. Dale's in control of everything. I'm not going to gain, or he's not going to gain. I don't want him to be thinking he can gain control or access through Paulie or gain fulfillment through her. Okay, that's not like that type of thing here. I'm establishing a different way down. Same thing. She's right up here on top of him, sniffing him. She's very relaxed because she knows, hey, Dale's in control here. I can come up and check out Sky. I have access to Dale. All right. I know her motors are fine. Okay, she's just happy dog. And Sky will get to that point too, right? Just a kind of a good feeling thing. So I can be doing this, exercise just like this down while I'm watching television. Okay, I could be watching television. So this type of exercise is like same thing here. See, he's looking here a little bit. They're about to touch noses. But I'm just tapping a little bit with Sky just to keep his state of mind good. I don't want him investing too much, reaching out too much in his mind. I want him just to be calm, just to calm out here. Because again, the past, okay? Just think about what the past was to him. This was not a good type of thing with how he's connecting to other dogs. So I'm still at an intervention level here with him. Same thing. See how he's just kind of kicking up here a little bit? He starts doing that. Got a little kinetic technique there to get him to come up, down. From back into a down. Now, when a dog goes really prone, that's really good. When they're prone, as they start going on their side and everything, based on influence coming onto them, they're going into a challenged state. And that happens, just get them up. Now, this prone issue isn't something we're just kind of, I'm going to create it physically. Okay, this just is a mirroring. This shows that when a dog's going into a really good prone position like this, based on the method, it means that their mind is coming into a good place based on the amount of work I've been putting in. Okay, so that's something that when you start to see that happen, that's another kind of benchmark. That's another indicator that things are going really well. Dog's mind settling in really good, coming into agreement, and so the position reflects that. Okay, the position reflects that state of mind, which is great. Sit. I'll say sit, but I still have a little influence behind it. Down. Call it. Call it. Call it. Yeah. I just gotta check her mouth out. Sometimes she's trying to pick stuff up. Sit. Down. Down. And see, they're touching noses and all that stuff, right? But I'm still in control here. I'm really focused on Sky here. So they're interacting certain ways here, but I'm making sure I'm faded and I'm the pivot point. I'm in the middle. not just physically in the middle, but relationally in the middle, okay? Now she's right at his butt, okay, sniffing a little bit of stuff. So you know what that does, triggers dogs, right? It gets them really kind of wound up. They have control issues. They don't like that. They don't like being flanked. They don't like people coming up behind, dogs coming up behind. But this guy's doing really well, okay? He's just hanging out. Sure, he's still dealing with some control issues here, but this is framed up really, really well. This shows you, okay? But this is something that has to continue over, even when he goes back into the home environment. It has to stay consistent for a period of time, okay? The owners have to do a little bit of stuff, but what they're doing is they're piggybacking off of the amount of work I'm putting in on the board and train. So the board and train can be very, very helpful so long as the dog owners are consistent too, okay? They take advantage of what I'm doing. Otherwise, it will wash out. Okay, just understand it. If you're doing a board and train process, just be aware that it's the trainer that's doing the work, but it's about relationship. Okay, the reason dogs there in the first place is because the relationship with the owners has gone sideways. So they have to change, right? But that's why I went out during this week, but 1 week into this, went out to their home environment, paid them a visit, showed them the method, what they need to do. You know, just make sure it all lines up properly, and it is. It's all lining up just great. And I'll go out to see them again. When Scott goes back, I'll pay them another visit. Again, just making sure that they're understanding what they need to do consistently, because it does take a while. Because again, it's about relationship down. It's about relationship. So anyway, hopefully this video gave you a really good glimpse in to what this looks more like real life. You can imagine what this looks like, say, in your home. You have another dog, you have a child. You want to be, you know, making sure that you're fading into the picture properly, okay? So, and you know, and when you do that, good things happen. Dogs eventually go both free flowing, no problems at all, to a point where they're both followers to you. So.